Hello world. Oh my goodness, my name is Tameka Garrett. I'm the founder and visionary of Stilettos on the Pavement, and that's simply the name of our show on We Believe Digital podcast. Thank you so much for joining. Again, this is Stilettos on the Pavement show exclusively on We Believe Digital podcast. I have another special guest with me today. One that our paths never crossed until today, but I'm excited about it. This is a powerhouse. I'm reading her bio, trying to find out more about her, right? And what brought me to her was I saw this flyer. You know how we are on social media, and it was about women empowerment. And that is what we do. That is what we believe in. We know that women move mountains. Who runs the world? Let me hear y'all say it. Girls, yes. I can feel the energy. God is so good, and look at us. We're here again. Tell your friends you might want to watch this show. Share it with them if they don't. You know, we're all working different jobs, doing different things. That's what I love about our platform. You don't have to watch us now. You can watch us later when the kids are asleep, or after you cook that good meal for your boo thing or your husband, and you have time for yourself and you want to watch this show. Do that. Whenever you watch it, just keep watching. We have so much more to come. And so I'm going to get right into it today with my guest. You know, if you haven't watched the show, I don't read a whole bunch of stuff about bios, right? I think the credentials are great, but I also want to know who this person is for real. You know, besides the credentials and besides being a business owner, what pulls at their heartstrings? What gets them excited in the morning? You know, I want to find those things out. And so today, I'm excited. I'm looking at her flyer again, and she is having a women's conference that's coming up. Her name is Makeba. I hope I pronounced that correct. And I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and share some things with you that she feels that are important within this hour. Hello there, beautiful. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing amazing. I'm super excited about sharing your information, your event, and who you are with the entire world.
Absolutely.
So where should we start? Who are you?
Who is Makeba White-Chanay? Well, I am a business owner. I am the CEO of B1 Ventures and Holdings. And under B1 Ventures and Holdings, we have B1 Nursing Care, which is a home care agency. We have Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers, which is a certificate technical school. We also have a foundation, the B1 Foundation, where we try to give back to those who need a career lived. And we also, a portion of that goes towards us doing stuff for the homeless, trying to make sure that everybody is heard and everybody, you know, they're able to get their start in life. I'm also married to Dr. Marcus A. Chaney. He is the president. We was just actually having a conversation the other night of how well we work together. So only God did that thing. But anyway, and I'm also the founder and visionary of Her Philosophy. Her Philosophy is a women empowerment organization based off of three principles, which is hope, encouragement, and reassurance. And so that's what brought me here today.
Okay, great. You know, I liked this word keeps standing out here, unhoused population. So I live here, and here, for those who do not know, is Jackson, Mississippi, the capital. Hello. And I also live in Georgia. So it's just mind-boggling, and it hurts my heart to see when I come back here or when I move back to Georgia, the unhoused, as you say, population has grown tremendously. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Actually, this idea came about with my husband. He had the opportunity to spend the night in the park one night. His fraternity, they were doing some events for the unhoused population, and he had the opportunity to spend the night there with them. And what had got him was that it was an elderly lady out there. She was homeless, and he came home to me. He said, "Baby, we got to do something for this population." And I said, "Let's do it. Let's try our best to, you know, put our best foot forward, and let's do it. Let's, you know, give them access to resources. Let's feed them. Let's, you know, try to coddle them in a sense, to try to, you know, bring them back, give them information that they probably wouldn't have, to give them a start."
Right. Do you mind me asking, what fraternity?
My husband is a member of Phi Beta Sigma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So I was look at the engineer in the back talking about, okay, girl. So this show is, if you don't know, I mean, we are laid back here. We're informal. We're here to have a good time and give good energy, right? We're here to tell you guys about our businesses, because that's what Stilettos was built on, to talk about women in business, whether they already have their business or they're looking to start one, and they need the steps, they need the know-how, they need the tools and resources. Absolutely. So again, I'm here with Makeba today. We're talking a little bit about the unhoused population. That's where we are. And so I too spent the night. Well, they don't let you spend a night, but it's an event that takes place in October. And they have a DJ out there. Sometimes we have done soup and coffee and those things. And every year, a young lady named Valencia and myself, we do it separately, but it provides hygiene bags for the females, because they don't have the money, or they can't walk into a store, and they need those things: soap, water, toothpaste. It sounds simple, but it goes a long way. Absolutely. And it used to be the number one thing they needed was socks. Is that still true to your knowledge? That
is still true, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Socks, blankets, especially in the winter. it's just so much that's needed, and we want to be one of the, I guess, resources, or one of the people to provide them with those resources.
Great, and it's absolutely needed. So we're going to move on. I'm going to shift gears a little bit here, and I want to say, let's get into this conference, but I'm going to hold off with that. So you guys, if you're watching now, hold on, because we are going to get to her conference that's taking place in July, which I want to say is next month. It really is right around the corner. So I'm going to back up a little bit, because you talked about being married, you talked about being an entrepreneur. Let's talk about this family life. And Rashida is my cousin, right, who's one of your speakers. And I always ask Rashida, how the heck do you work with Felix, live with Felix, worship with Felix, and all these things? And she's like, Mika, it's hard. But because of God, and because we understand, where we're going, what we've grown through, and are still standing married today and do business together. Shout out to Felix and Rashida Walker, because they make it look so easy, and I know it's not. Let's talk about that. You working with your husband.
It's definitely not easy. We bump heads a lot, but at the end of the day, we know what we're doing it for, who we're doing it for. So, after everything is all over, said and done, we know, okay, well, we have a mission, and we are trying to accomplish that mission. So it's a challenge, but we make it through, and we always tell each other how great we are, how great business partners we are. He's great, in work. He's a great husband, but like I said, we often bump heads, but we're making it.
Good. That's good. And I watch Felix, like I told you guys before we started. I watch Felix. I don't know you guys until today, but I feel like we'll be having some meals or something together. Right. And there's some other couples that are working together in Jackson, and I always am so excited to see the love, the display of respect and love that they show each other. And you can tell that this is genuine, that they like each other, and they happen to be married too. What a bonus is that, right?
Right, absolutely.
I'm telling you, I thought I wanted to be married. Ooh. I said, God, I'm so sorry. I asked you for this, and then I said this, I'm not ready. And so one day, maybe he'll bless me with that significant other, and we'll walk down an aisle. But until then, hey, holla at me, I'm single. Okay, so let's get into something else. All right, so let's talk about God. Because as I think about that, and I'm up here laughing, and single is a choice, right? I'm not desperate where I just want to be with somebody to say I got a man or whatever, but that's not the case, right? I know that God has to be the center of that unity. Even if you're in a relationship and you haven't crossed over to marriage yet, He has to be inside of that. What would you put it? In the middle of everything that you do for it to work. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about
the center. I'm going to take my glasses off to talk about this one. Yes, you do need God. God has to be in the center of your relationship, of your marriage. And He and I, we pray together. And that's one of our biggest things. We know that that's one of the reasons why we're able to get through each other all day, every day. And I'm not the easiest to work with, No. I'm not the easiest to work with. People often say that I want things when I want it. I want things to happen when I want them to happen. And so, but He takes a lot off of me. Okay. Our disagreements are mainly about, some of the things that, well, I believe this, and no, I believe this. It's just a little back and forth. But you do have to have God in the center to be able to do anything. And like I said, we pray together. We pray together at night. We pray together on the way to work. He'll say his prayer, then I come in and say my prayer. So that has really helped us. Really, really helped us.
That makes a difference, And then speaking on your way to work, do you guys ride together?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
We are together 24/7.
I'll be like, baby, I'll meet you there. You go get in your car today. But I think it's wonderful when you're able to do those things.
I love it. And I often ask him, I was like, baby, are you tired of me? He was like, no.
Nice.
So we love it. We don't have any type of drawback or anything, not to be around each other. We do everything together.
I think it's great.
And people often ask me, they're like, really? because I'm so busy and I'm always on the go. They can't believe that, you got somebody around you 24/7. Yeah, I do. And I happen to like him and love him.
And apparently he feels the same about you, because otherwise he'd be like, baby, you should drive your car today.
Right.
And then, when you get into a car, so this is what I learned. So I'm an advocate for mental health, right? With NAMI, let me get it right, National Alliance for Mental Illness. And so I know that I have to be real careful about where I spend my time, my energy, and what I watch, because I could go from 0 to 60 real fast, right? I'm doing better, y'all. I know y'all out there witnessing. I'm doing so much better. But when I get into my car in the morning, and I used to go to a job, it was about the energy. I had to listen to my jazz. I would listen to my gospel. I would listen to my motivational moments that I need, right? And a few people's, one of them specifically, his name is Mr. Felix Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that gets me in a right space to be productive and hone into what my focus is with as less distractions as possible. So how do you two, or you, begin your day? When you get ready to get in that car, what does that look like?
When we get in our car, of course, right now in the summer, we have to load up kids. We have my bonus daughter, and we have my grandbaby who we have to drop off at camp and at school. So we get in the car, listen to our music. Sometimes my bonus daughter, she's like, can I start off prayer today? Because we've gotten her in on it. She'll start out prayer, and they take turns start out praying. And then he and I, we'll start prayer. We're on our way to work. And by that time, our phone is ringing about something at work.
Right. And then it's starts. You got fires. It starts.
Right.
So how old are they?
My bonus daughter, she's 11.
Okay.
And my grandbaby Madison, she's 4.
Okay. So they're young, and so I asked that question because I get in the car with my nieces. Oh my goodness. They range from the twins are 12 years old, and then my oldest niece, I think she's 24, something like that. And the stuff that they listen to. Listen, I hope I'm in this camera right here. Every age child cannot listen to the same music. Parents, twerking is not for your 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
Megan Thee Stallion, whatever her name is, it's not for every age. So just be cautious about that, because when they emulate those things or what they hear, it makes a difference. They're sponges. They're soaking in knowledge all day long, and we want to make sure we're giving them the right things. We're giving them the right tools to battle. And it's a battle because social media will have them believe you have to look a certain way, you have to wear a certain thing.
Absolutely.
And so their challenges and their pressure is way different than when we were growing up. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yes, most definitely. We have to be careful and be mindful of what we're feeding into them, because their kids are like sponges, and I often say that they absorb everything you say and mimic everything you do. So we have to be careful. Yeah.
Even our age, I remember hanging around Pam Comfort years ago, right? And I never wore pink lipstick ever, but Pam and her tall statue and beautiful smile, she wore pink lipstick all the time. And so then I thought, I want to try that pink lipstick, and I bought it, and I look at yours now, and I loved it. So now I'm a pink lipstick wearing person because of Pam. And I said all that to say, even at any age, you're still influenced by the people that you're hanging out with.
Absolutely.
So what made you start wearing that color lipstick? I know that's an odd question, but hey, here we are.
Well, me, I'm a person, the type of person that I would try, different styles, different looks, trying to see how it looks on me. Pink is my favorite color, by the way.
Oh, wow.
My nails, lipstick, yeah. Pink is my favorite color. So sometimes I'm neutral and sometimes I'm loud. So
there you are. And that's the thing about when you got here today, I was telling you that this show is for women, right? Men are welcome to watch and learn and have input. Because we need their input to even grow, to be better, right? Personally and professionally. But it's about entrepreneurship in women, but learning to be okay and walk in confidence, walk toward what your target goals are, right? And speak into manifestation, which is what I'm working on, to make sure that my language is as if it has already happened. But I said that because we do a lot. We are like this, juggling all of these different balls and wearing many hats, as people say. When we come back, because we have like a few seconds before commercial break, I want you to share with me, what do you do to be able to juggle all these things that you have going on, right, and not lose your mind? Let's put it that way, right, and still be sane and present. Because if you're not taking care of Makeba, right, then a lot of things fall apart, one. And two, it's okay and necessary for us to say, today I need a break. If it's going to get a massage, if it's going to golf, if that's your thing, or shoot, it might be like, I'm going to watch Lifetime for the next 2 hours because I just need to. Yes. I just need to just be okay with me so that I could take care of my business, my husband, my grandchildren. Those are just examples. You guys, we're going to go take this break and we'll be right back, okay? Come back, y'all, with Makeba and Tameka.
Wedding, milestone anniversary, or corporate event, 5-Star Lodge is the rustic elegance you need for your event space. With hardwood and stunning chandeliers, this is just the beginning of the 5-star treatment. Our on-site venue manager will ensure all details exceed your expectations. We offer a luxurious bridal lounge, beautiful reception hall, cabins, and an outdoor pavilion on the water. Visit 5stareventlodge.com to get started on your most memorable experience.
Are you tired of living check to check and looking for residual income? We have just the opportunity for you. Join us on Saturday, the 25th of June in Jackson, Mississippi, as we discuss the sexiest industry in the world, travel. Let's turn your passion into profits, whether it's on a full-time or part-time basis. Please RSVP or text to 404-915-8626. We look forward to connecting and taking flight. See you soon. Okay, I am back. This is Tameka Garrett with Stilettos on the Pavement, exclusively on We Believe Digital podcast, and my guest today is Makeba. So if you guys are just now tuning in, shame on you. Just kidding, because you can always go back and watch the beginning. And what we're going to talk about right now, she's going to talk about her upcoming I Am Women's Empowerment Conference taking place, drum roll please, July 16th. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so the Her Philosophy Conference, like Tameka said, is going to be on July 16th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be at the Hilton Hotel in the Penthouse, and we have some dynamic speakers that's going to be speaking on the panel. We have Evangelist Cynthia James, we have Dr. Kiana White, we have Reverend Vascola Stoney, and we have our featured speaker, Pastor Deborah Morton. She's the wife of Bishop Paul S. Morton. So we are super excited. We know this conference is going to bring in, it's going to bring the power to empower women, and also for women to provide a space for women to network and also try to, get themselves out there.
Okay, so, and I keep saying Rashida, but that's because that's my cousin, and I think she's incredible. Some of the other women I do know, and one thing about Rashida is she is a prayer warrior.
Oh my gosh.
We get on the phone and we have our family prayers, baby, things happen. It was like, I have a direct line to God because, him and I are pretty tight. But that Rashida it's like, I'm like, Rashida, do you know that you prayed about this for the family and all these things have happened? So you have some other, I'm looking at it now, some prayer warriors too?
Yes. Let me tell you how I asked Rashida, and Rashida's going to be one of the speakers too, if I didn't mention her. But I heard Rashida, I was at the Ranking Career Woman launching, and she told her story. And I said, you know what, I have got to get her to come and speak on the panel. Her story just blew me away. Like, it really did. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody else has a story. A lot of people, they'll tell you about their successes, but they won't tell you what it took to get there. Exactly. So when I heard her story, I was like, okay, yes, I have to reach out to her to see if she would like to speak at the conference. I reached out to her and she accepted the invitation. So she's going to be one of the speakers also.
Yeah, I know some of her story just from being related to her. Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right. She does have a story. And it's one thing when women have a story that they're willing not to sugarcoat,
Right.
but to share those testimonies, if you will, on how good God is and the challenges that they had. But they didn't give up on faith,
That's
and they didn't
right.
give up on their own skill sets
Right.
to keep going toward that desired goal. So what else about your conference? What can they expect on July 16th?
As I said, they can expect to be empowered and also receive motivation to go out and live your best life. Do what it is that you are governed to do by God. You know, don't let anyone stop you. Don't let anyone keep you from your goal or your dream. We're just expecting to just empower, you know, and also, like I said, to provide a networking space.
Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking about this, and I want you ladies to listen really, really carefully. To go to these empowerment things, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for the people to put these things together, for the speakers to get up there with sweaty palms and everything to share their testimonies and their stories. But it also, when you get into that space, I would encourage you ladies, because it's going to be here in Mississippi, sit with someone that you do not know. Because if you know them already, then you already have a connection. And as uncomfortable as it might be, but sit with someone else and spark up a conversation so that you can begin to extend your network of women, correct? So what else would you, let's talk about what does this day look like for you without giving all the goodness away.
Okay. Well, also I forgot to mention that I'm going to share a little bit of my story too. And I like to say that I've had the opportunity to go around to share my story with some women. So like I said, we're just looking to just bring a tribe of women along and let them know that you can live your best life. You know, if we don't have to succumb to all the barriers or succumb to all the, what society say we should be. I mean, live your truth, live your best life. And that's what we're willing to give that on that day.
Yeah, because you get one. Like, I don't care what people say. When your time is over, you're not coming back in the physical as the same
That's
person
right.
for do-overs.
That's right.
Yeah, you're not.
That's
so
right.
You said it's going to be where now? At the Hilton?
Yes, it's going to be at the Hilton off Caroline Road in Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to be in the penthouse suite. And like I said, the conference is going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to have some local vendors there. I think it's going to be nice. It's going to be super exciting. I'm super excited, as you can tell. I'm so excited. So I'm just ready for all the nuggets that we're going to receive, waiting for all the encouragement, empowerment that we're going to receive. I'm ready.
So we know that anytime someone does a conference or just about anything in life, it costs money.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into the money. My mama always says, I need cold cash. I'm like, Mama, you are crazy. But she has always said that since I think I was in high school. She's like, it's all about the cold cash. So talk to me about, if you will, your vendors, if you have any sponsors, and how people can purchase tickets for your conference.
Okay. We have a few vendors and we have a couple of sponsors. If they would like to be a vendor or sponsor, they can go to our website. It's herphilosophy.org/I am, and there is a link on there to become a sponsor. And you can also get your tickets, even if you don't want to be a vendor or a sponsor. You can also get your tickets from our website. The tickets were going to go off sale on June 19th, but we decided to keep it at the rate that it currently is, which is $55. We don't want to go up on the tickets. Don't ask me why. But anyway, we're going to keep the tickets at $55, so you can also purchase your tickets there also.
We're going to have food at the event.
You can purchase your tickets online or at the site. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to purchase them at the event. So just go online and get your tickets at herphilosophy.org/I am.
So let's talk about, you said 9 to 4?
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
To 3. Are y'all going to have food?
Yes.
I'm a foodie, so I have to ask that question.
We are going to have 2 meals that day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have breakfast, and we're also going to have lunch.
Is it the Hilton that's doing it, or catered, or?
I'm sorry. It's the Hilton.
Don't know what that
I'm sorry. It's going to be the Hilton. The Hilton is going to provide the food.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. And then you still have vendor tables available?
We do. We have vendor tables available. El Cherie will have more of that information, but we do have vendor tables available.
Okay, so you guys hear that, right? You can get your tickets on the site. You can get with El Cherie or about being a vendor. It's only $55 $55. Like, really? That is something you want to invest in yourself for your connections and your growth. It sounds like a great thing. I hate that I'm going to be out of town, but I'm going to Florida for my niece's basketball tournament. We're big sports people, so they play basketball. My other nieces play soccer and all of this stuff. So enough about me. Let's get back to you. So on this particular day, you're going to share your story is what I heard you say.
Yes.
How you feel about that?
I feel good. It has taken me a long time to kind of come out of the, I'm scared. What are people going to think, or what are people going to say? It took me a while. I discussed it with my husband. And so, I'm going to tell my story, and I'm going to do it with grace.
And see, she said she's going to talk to her husband first, right? So that they together can make a decision. And I might be sure that they how much of your story do you want to share, because your story is yours, but it also affects other people.
Absolutely.
Right? So when I share my story about my kids, I have to take into account this doesn't just affect me.
Right.
I have to make sure that they're comfortable with what I'm about to share.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That is good, though. And I understand that it is something to step out there and say, I'm confident and I'm comfortable, because people have so many, well, she should have done, or what if she did this, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Like, allow people, if we just embrace more of people being their own individual instead of carbon copies of other folks or what they believe success looks like. Imagine, you know, the pandemic did one thing. It did a lot of things. But one thing in particular, it made you be a little bit more creative than you ever have been in your life or your career. So let's talk about that. How did the pandemic shift your creativity, if you will, in any of your businesses?
To be honest with you, I actually created her philosophy through the pandemic.
See what I'm saying?
So I just put my creativity to work. I said, it's time. It's time to tell it.
Okay.
So it's time to help others. You know, I'm helping other people in other capacities, but now it's more personal. You know, if that makes sense. It's more from the heart. Well, I do it from the heart anyway, but it's deeper. You know, so it's time.
Okay. So just because some people didn't catch it, they won't go back, but we want to tell them as many times in this show where they can get their tickets, how they can become a sponsor and support you. I don't think we mentioned sponsorship.
Yes, you can be a sponsor also.
Okay, is that on the website?
Yes, and we have the different packages, the different levels are out there also. Once again, you can get your tickets from itsherphilosophy.org/I-am. Again, that website is itsherphilosophy.org. Or you can, if you would rather call or text us, you can call us at 601-724-9888. Again, that number is 601-724-9888.
Okay, so you guys have it there, right? And then I could share, because she mentioned El Dean. She is the PR contact, the PR firm, right? That they can also contact for that. Yes. You guys know El Dean. It's just that simple on Facebook. You can go ahead and DM her if you don't have her phone number, and we will not be giving that out. So go ahead and use the DM on Facebook, okay? Or the number that she just gave.
Yes.
All right, so Makeba, I'm going to jump around and do some other things here, but I want to ask you specifically, is there something that you want to share, you do not want the viewers to watch the show and miss?
I would like to share this. You know, we all have a story. What this conference is intended for, actually what her philosophy is intended for, is to help everybody. We know that, you know, women are often, they may feel degraded in the workplace, or they may feel degraded at home, or, you know, they don't want to open up a business because their friend has opened up the business, same business down the street. So what we're wanting to do, our mission is to help these individuals and to let them know that it's okay. You know, it's going to be okay. Let us help you. Let us give you the tools that you need so that you can also be successful.
Absolutely. And then we know, too, that's a whole different topic, that women are still underpaid in the state of Mississippi. That's a plug for people who make the rules. It's way past time to change what women get paid. And it's also, I was looking at a poster the other day, and I want someone to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it said minimum wage was changed in 2009 or something to $7.25. Well, hello, we're in 2022. Hello, 2022, and I know people can live on. So I don't say, well, who can live on $7.25? It is possible. You can live on a small amount if you have to, right? While you're still trying to get different streams of income,
exactly.
Right? But they need to change that. And I know because of the pandemic, they've changed. I mean, you look at all the signs, McDonald's is hiring, all these places are hiring, and they're starting at $10, they're starting at $12, and they still can't keep their staff. Exactly. I'm a big, I love retail. That's my background, retail and restaurant operations and HR. You can't keep people, not quality people, at $7.25, and you wonder why your turnover is so high. Because they're hungry and they're working for you, and that's just not freaking right. You can pay those people more. You should. Because we expect more when we go out to dinner. I'm a foodie. I'm going to go. One thing, like the social media says, if it's one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go out to eat. When they say, well, Tameka, can you? Oh, I'm going to always figure out how to get to a brunch, how to get to somebody's restaurant.
Right.
And we have some great, like, I wasn't this size when I moved to Atlanta. I mean, when I moved here from Atlanta, 2013. I had been working out so hard. But when I got here, it was something about that Mississippi food, baby.
It's that Southern cooking.
And they do it with such love, right? They do it with such love. Do you know how to cook? Do you cook?
I don't cook.
It's okay. I don't cook either.
Oh, sorry. I don't cook.
You don't have to be sorry because you can learn if you want to.
But my mother is a great cook. My sister is a great cook. But I don't cook.
I'm going to ask because the ladies want to know. I know y'all so nosy. How does your husband eat?
Oh, he
can cook? Yeah.
Well, no, my husband doesn't cook either. We eat out.
A lot.
We have our food catered a lot. So
There it is, y'all. Don't be trying to feed her husband either. Don't start no mess. I'm kidding. I'm serious. So y'all,
I make sure he eats. I make sure he eats. So that's all they need to know. I make sure he eats.
Right. My ex was like, "You're not going to be home to take care of me. You can't do this." I said, "I might not be here, baby, but you won't need for anything. I'm gonna make sure we got you a nurse. Someone's gonna come in. It won't be me because a nurturer, maybe not. But the thing about it is when you take, because I took care of my mom for years and years, it's very hard when you're connected to that person because you're still expecting them to do the things they're able to do before.
Right.
And they are not. And my patience is not. It's not a lot of it. I don't have a lot of patience. And so I know with that particular person, they would treat me a little bit different than a caregiver. So we're going to make sure that you get your caregiver and that you're taken care of. Like you make sure he has something to eat every meal. Exactly.
Right.
So, oh my goodness. All right. So we went over there with the food. So let's talk about this. Because I go to so many restaurants here and they're not open anymore. Or we were running to Char one night with my cousin and I was like, why are we in such a hurry to get to Char? Like Char, it's just Char, it's right there. But I didn't know they closed at 9 o'clock. So, my goodness, so help me, right? What is, let's just say, we'll do two. What are two of your favorite places to eat in Jackson?
In Jackson, not Flowood, but Jackson.
Jackson. We're going to do two in Jackson and we'll do two in the state of Mississippi.
Okay. Char is one of them.
Okay, because I'm a big Jackson fan. So
yeah.
Char is one.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
We can come back if you need to.
Yeah, because I can't really think of another restaurant that I really like to eat in Jackson.
It's okay.
Godfrey's. Oh my gosh. Yes, Godfrey's. Yes.
Now, since he moved, he's still in Jackson, though?
Yes, he is he is North Jackson.
Okay. So it's because I wasn't sure if that was Jackson originally.
He's off Old Canton.
Okay.
Old Canton Road, yeah. Okay. And he's actually opened up another restaurant in Flowood that I'm super excited about.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That food is delicious.
Yeah.
The whole experience, if you will, the whole vibe. I haven't gone to the new location, but the last one, I think it was on Terry Road. And I felt like, dancing when I walk in there, So now let's talk about outside. Well, we'll come back. And then when we come back from our commercial break, you can give me two more anywhere in Mississippi. Because
Gotcha.
I know you mentioned, did you say Flowwood?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about that when we come back. You guys, this is Tameka Garrett, your host of Stilettos on the Pavement, exclusively on We Believe Digital, and I am here with Makeba today. I hope that you're sharing this with people. I hope that you're receiving something good and that makes you smile or laugh, and I also hope that if you feel that it is something of substance and good content, that you share this with other people on all your platforms, that you follow and subscribe to our YouTube and our Facebook. It's simply We Believe Digital Podcast. We will be right back in just a moment. All right, see you in a minute.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1.
Hi, I'm Q Talicia Garrett. I am here to introduce our New South Development and Training Outreach Hour every Tuesday at 2 p.m., giving you information on how to become a part of the programs through USDA and Farm Service Agency. We can be reached at 678-779-9468. We can also be found online at newsouthoutreach.com.
Hey, you guys, welcome back. I'm Tameka and I'm here with Makeba. We were talking about restaurants in Mississippi, right? So, of course, we're going to start with Jackson, woo, woo, being a foodie myself. Mm-hmm. And then she answered that for 2 restaurants inside of Jackson. And then she's going to tell us 2 places anywhere in the state of Mississippi. I think she's going to start with Flowwood.
Yes. Table 100 is me and my husband's favorite. We love Table 100. And we also love Half Shell.
Half Shell, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
It used to be such a wait, but now they have another one.
They have one in Madison too.
Yeah, that's the one I saw the other day driving around.
Yeah, so yeah, those are our favorite 2 restaurants. And he and I, we really don't change up much. I mean, we just
if you know for sure, you stick to what you know works
right.
for you. I'm really big on cleanliness and service.
Exactly.
Right? So if I walk in here and it's clean and it smells good and the service is good, then I'm winning. Like,
I'm gonna patronize
winning.
with you. Right.
And I like a good, this me. I didn't say nothing about Makeba, right? This is Tameka. I like a good, strong drink. I don't want to taste juice or some water. This is me. So if the bartenders know what they're doing, then I'm winning, you know? And I'm just want to say this little bit right here. You guys have to pay for service. Our servers make, I don't know what they make now, but back in the day when we had Next Level, they made, we paid them more than what other people, I think it was $2 and something an hour. So when you get service, you know, please tip them. They're living on your tips. Our bartenders too. Right. They are depending on that money to feed their families like you depend on your job, your check from your job to feed yours. Right? So, you know, let's try to do better in this whole service, the hospitality, because they're dependent on it and they need their funds just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've worked restaurant before years and years and years, and it is no joke, especially when you're over, let's say over the age of 40 and you're in management, and baby, you have to clean the grease things, you have to bend over and lift stuff, and in one of the descriptions it says must be able to lift over 50 pounds. Well, when you're 20 something, that's different than when you're 40 and 50 years old.
Absolutely.
But I love retail and restaurant, and for those who do not know, you can make a lot of money. Trust me, you can make a lot of money in both of those industries. People think, oh, you just work at a restaurant, it's peanuts. I'm like, if it was peanuts, I wouldn't be still working here.
Right, exactly.
All right, so let's talk about some of your story a little bit without giving it all away, because they should come to your conference, right? To talk about that.
Right.
So just share something about where you've gone through in life and that led you to who you are today.
Well, without giving a lot of it away, just put it this way. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Nothing was really given to me. I've had to work, and I've had to work hard to get what I wanted. I got pregnant at the age of 15. Had my baby at the age of 16, and she is a successful RN now in Texas. That was actually, some of the story begins before that, but I was a teen mom. I went through that, got through all of that, kept still determined, to get to where I wanted to get to. I really stayed a lot with my great-grandparents in the country. My grandfather had his own business. That's how I got into entrepreneurship, watching him.
As a farmer, correct?
As a farmer, yes. So had my second baby at 21. Went through some things with that situation. Got married at 26 with my last baby. Definitely went through something in that situation. So all of these trials and tribulations is what led me to, who I am today. So that's some of my story. In a nutshell.
That makes me want to know more, right? So I'm sure if it does the same thing for you, then you should buy your ticket. It's just $55 to her I Am Women's Empowerment Conference, taking place July 16th. There is so much meat in between what she was saying. She had a baby at this age. She had another baby at this age. She got married at this age, but we're missing all the connections. So if you are available, purchase your tickets. I'm going to tell you right now, doggone it, if you're not available, but you want someone else, you could buy somebody else a ticket, right? It doesn't have to be for you. Maybe you have another friend girl or a business partner or a church member or your secretary at your job. Buy a ticket for them and expose them to something. Maybe they've never been to a women's conference before. Maybe they need to be empowered, and you may not know that. I used to work for a company in LA, and I would go in the restrooms, and sometimes those ladies in there would be crying because they couldn't figure out how they were going to make ends meet. But you never knew that, because when they came back to their office, they were all dolled up, click-clacking in those heels. But I just saw this lady in the bathroom crying because she didn't know how she was going to make it. And it is not for me to go sharing all people's business, and so I want you guys to listen to that. When someone shares something with you, it doesn't give you the right to tell everybody, whether you're friends now and not in years to come. That's something that they trusted you to hold on to, for you to pray about, for you to talk to them about your experiences and help them get through it, right?
Absolutely.
Because we're not talking anymore doesn't mean I'm gonna go be like, girl, Makeba, blah blah blah. Don't do that, please. As women, I promise you, do not do that, because what happens is we already have a hard time building relationships with other females, and it makes people start all over again with their trust, right? And so what do you think about?
I often tell people, when it comes to me, don't gossip about me, yet pray for me, because I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to, make wrong decisions. But instead of gossiping about me or going and, telling someone else something bad about me, why don't you pray for me instead? Or why don't you come to me and let's have a conversation? Try to find out what's wrong with me, because maybe you and I putting our heads together, we can come up with a solution, because I don't have all the answers, right. So I often depend on people to kind of help me, through some times. I have a best friend, and when I'm going through some things, I often call her or I text her. I was like, what do you think about this? This is what happened to me. What do you think? And she would call me, or, she would text me, and she would give me some feedback. Right. So I often say, instead of gossiping about a person, why don't you pray for them, or go and help them?
Right. I This is funny, but I don't want y'all to pray for me. So instead of gossiping for me about me, you're gonna do it anyway, and I'm cool with it. I learned to be okay with it. I can't stop you, but I say I don't want you to pray for me, because I can't have everybody praying for me.
Well, yeah, you have a point there.
Right? So I have specific people that I'll say, I need you to pray for me. I'll pick up the phone. and ask them to do that for me, because people can pray for your downfall, right?
They can, but let me tell you that what God has for you, it's for you.
Amen.
I don't care about them praying for your downfall. And this is one thing that I say in my prayers every morning to my husband: no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. So at that point, I have given those gossiping tongues over to God. I've given all the gossiping tongues over to God. Every tongue that rises up against in judgment shall be condemned. So you have to be careful what you're praying for over somebody's life, because you don't know how much I pray. You don't know the connection that I have with God. So you have to be careful when it comes to stuff like that. True story.
I mean, that's right. You said it. You said it. You nailed it. Seriously. I know that sometimes we mess up our own blessings. Like, we mess up our own stuff. Vengeance is not yours. It's the Lord's,
absolutely.
Right? So do your very best that you can do. Help people along the way. I definitely say take care of your health, your mental, physical, and all of that. Because your mental is attached to your physical, your finances, your spiritual, all of those things. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. I agree.
I said I was going to do this earlier, and I don't think I did. So what do you do for yourself to keep yourself first and forefront and in the right frame of mind?
When I get home every afternoon, I relax. I go to my bedroom. Either I'm going to watch TV or I'm going to lay there and look at something on my phone. But I relax. I have to get into that relaxed mode. I have to try to shut off, the day, because if I don't, it's going to run over into the house, and I don't want it to do that, because I do have a husband there. I do have kids that are in the home, so I have to kind of shut off the business part of it. On weekends, I make it a point to relax. I go get my nails done. On Thursdays, I get my hair done. So I have to take care of me.
Those are good things.
Yeah.
So talk to me about when you're coming home and you're relaxing. How does your husband understand this is Makeba and Makeba needs time for herself? Because it's important.
I can remember when we were dating, he had said something about it at first. He's like, why do you always go up in your room like a little old woman?
Right.
So I had to get him to see, it's imperative that I do this, because if I don't, you may get the bulldog.
Right. That has nothing
you don't
to do
want
with
that.
him.
Right. Exactly. So I have to go in the room, and I have to kind of shut down and kind of get the day off me. If not, then, the house is going to be torn down, because they said the woman makes the house, right?
And we do.
Right. So his house will be torn down.
And we do.
So he often just comes in there, he kind of relax with me, and we just we do it together. Like I said, we spend all of our hours together.
Right. So, and that's good, because sometimes we expect people to know things we haven't told them.
Right.
We haven't shared with them. I remember when my mom was younger, and she'd say, when I come home from work, my mom worked 2 jobs most of the time. She said, do not come and ask me nothing. Give me 30 minutes. She would go in that room and close the door, and I'd be like, I want to knock on that door so bad. My mama would, she would let me have it if I did. But I learned later that she needed that time to decompress and not take whatever she has going on off on her children.
Right.
So we knew, give mama a minute. And if she was in the restroom, don't knock on that door. Even though we did sometimes. Mama. And she was like, is the house on fire, Mika? No, ma'am. Then get away from my door. I can hear her to this very day. Shout out to my mama. I love you so much. All right, because she be like, you always talk about, she said, I know you love Mississippi, but how you think your family in California feels? I said, Mama, how do you feel? She's like, well, I wish you would talk about California and your other family members. So this is for you, Mama. Love you so much. All right, back to you. So we have just a few more minutes. Let's again share about your conference, what it is, how they can purchase tickets and those things.
Okay. The Her Philosophy Conference is going to be held on July 16th. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We would love to see, a plethora of women come out to get empowered, encouraged, and also motivated to do what it is that God has purposed you to do. We have some dynamic speakers on the panel. We have Rashida Walker. We have Dr. Kiana White. We have Reverend Vascola Stoney. And we also have Evangelist Cynthia James. Our featured speaker is Pastor Deborah Morton. She's the wife of Bishop Paulus Morton. So I'm going to also be speaking, sharing some things. So we would love for women to come out and, join in with us. I'm not going to say you're not going to be crying when you leave there. I'm already prepared. Right. Bring your Kleenex and your makeup bag, ladies. But if you would like to join, if you would like to come to the conference, our tickets are on sale at itsherphilosophy.org/I am. Also, I didn't mention, we are also trying to spread the word, Tameka. We have started a I Am Her challenge on social media. Okay. So if you want to give a positive, motivational word or something talking about you, we have started this I Am Her challenge. We would like for you to put your picture out there and make sure you tag hashtag I Am Her, and you tag Her Philosophy in your on your page.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's a really good challenge to
make sure you put a pretty picture now.
Yes, you guys. Come, we got plenty of pictures of ourselves, right, ladies? Come on through. I will do mine with the next day, like within the next 24 hours. Great. So it has been a pleasure to get to know you today. I'm excited about your conference. I'm going to pray for its success, that it changes lives and impacts them positively. I'm excited about the Hilton and the Penthouse. I've been there before. Just the view, everything is and it's good to have something to look at that motivates you to get to work. That's what my dad always says. Mika, get to work. We are gifted with so many different talents. Again, I look at your bio and I was like, this lady is bad. She don't play games. She has all these things going on for her. She's down to earth. She's easy to talk to. As you can see, this was our first meeting today, and it's not rushed. It's not fake. It's not pressure. We're being ourselves. And I want you to encourage all of your listeners and viewers out there. Be confident in who you are. Work on it every single day, right? But change is good. Especially when it's for improvement. Mm-hmm. But don't try to be a carbon copy of someone else, or don't try to have an event just like someone else. There's plenty of business and blessings for all of us. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And I often say this too, there's different types of bread. I mean, the same type of bread, but different company that makes the bread. You got Sara Lee, you have Nature's Own, but it's bread, right?
Absolutely.
So there's enough to go around for everybody. Just do you. Be comfortable with who you are.
Absolutely. And believe, catch it. We Believe Digital Podcast. Right. Ladies, believe in yourself. And when you do that, God already has things lined up for you. You just got to be confident enough to take the first step and have faith that when you move, when you work, He's going to open up doors and opportunities and windows that you have no idea were even over there or an option for you. So, hey, if you need some help with that in any of those areas, that is why we have Women Empowerment Conferences. That is why Stilettos on the Pavement was created years ago. And just keep going, even through those dark nights. Get you a good friend, get you a counselor if you have to, get you a pastor, whatever helps you be successful and moving towards positivity. Do that. And success is how you define it. It's not what society says. You should make this amount of money, you should drive this car, you should live here. Those days are over. This has been a great time with all of you. Thank you so much, Makeba, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Gracing our stage in our studio. My name is Tameka Garrett. Seems like it's going to be Garrett for life, and I'm okay with that. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Are you tired of living check to check and looking for residual income? We have just the opportunity for you. Join us on Saturday, the 25th of June in Jackson, Mississippi, as we discuss the sexiest industry in the world, travel. Let's turn your passion into profits, whether it's on a full-time or part-time basis. Please RSVP or text to 404-915-8626. We look forward to connecting and taking flight. See you soon.